Songs, music in general, are the closest thing we have nowadays to witchcraft. And it's crazy. We need to talk about that. I'm pretty sure you have felt that before. You listen to a song you heard before, a song you heard in a specific time in your life, and you can relive that moment. It seems like your brain can reconstruct the place you were, the feeling you had, and everything that was happening when you were listening to that song. It's super weird. And I did some research about why that happens. Apparently, there is a principle in cognitive science called encoding specificity principle. So like memories are easier to retrieve when the cues present at encoding are present again later. What does that mean? Apparently, when you have an experience that is intense, good or bad, if you have songs or certain smells at the time, it will be easier for your brain to relive those moments. Whenever you have that influence again, that song, that smell, or something else in the moment. And also, music is tightly coupled with the brain's emotional systems. So, like the hippocampus, for example, which is involved in emotions and memory, is the place where you is the place that is activated when you listen to an emotionally significant music. So the same place you stores memories is the place that activates when you listen to an emotional song. That might be why cry listening to certain songs. We get angry, we get excited. I have some specific songs that I used to listen to when I did powerlifting at the gym. And I feel like nowadays, if I'm doing my normal workout and I want to increase the weights, if I put those songs, I'll get hyped up and I'll be able to pull in more weight. And that works most of the time. The more you listen to a song in a specific time period, the higher chance of that song triggering that memory again. So maybe you can play around with that. If you're living a really good moment in your life, you can play the same song over and over, and then you can come back years later and re-listen to it. I don't know, maybe trying to hack the hippocampus in a way. But let's talk about in a general sense. I did a video this week about all the times I cried during when I was playing Clair Obscur, and every single one of them had a big emotional atmosphere, and the song was the biggest part of it. So the songs in Clair Obscur are really really good. They are like classical songs, and again, I don't know why classical songs. Let's figure this out. Well, I feel stupid now because I studied music theory a couple years ago, and now it makes sense. So it's not that the classical music is more emotional; it's the techniques they use to create the music itself. So dynamic range, the contracts between sections, the harmony, the tension, the resolution. So sometimes they have this really emotional scene in the game or in a movie, and then you can feel the music increasing the tension, and then if something happens, it breaks, and when it breaks, you feel that story being told through sound, and if and since you don't have lyrics, all your focus is on the song itself, not on the lyrics. If it makes sense, I don't know if I think this is one of the craziest videos I did so far. And also, yeah, familiarity bias. So a lot of classical music was used in the past and is still used on emotional scenes on movies, TV shows, ceremonies. So your brain already has that association with classical music and emotional stuff, and then you just cry. But let's talk about other stuff. So I have this habit of, from time to time, listening to one specific song, which is my favorite song. I even have a tattoo here. Uh, this little angel here. It's Stairway to Heaven. I love Stairway to Heaven. I used to listen to Led Zeppelin and a bunch of other classical rock bands. In my dad's car, he had this CD he used to play, and Led Zeppelin was my favorite, and Stairway to Heaven was my favorite. And I feel like Stairway to Heaven has a classical type style to it, and it has all of these points here, like the dynamic range, harmonic tension resolution. It has lyrics, and I feel like the lyrics are a big part of it. But every time I listen to it, I don't like listening to it all the time. I feel like it will lose a little bit of the magic that it has to me. But every time I listen to it, whenever it gets to the solo, the guitar solo, I get goosebumps every single time. Years later, like, I have been listening to this song since I was, I don't know, 5 years old. And there is one specific presentation I like, one specific video I like watching. That is the Led Zeppelin, I think, Hall of Fame or something like that, which is an orchestra playing Starway to Heaven to Led Zeppelin's band members. So they are watching this huge auditorium, and you can see Robert Plant getting emotional with the orchestra playing, and I get emotional with him. It's really really nice. I also like watching people singing rock songs on those like The Voice, American Got Talent, and it's always emotional. I don't know why I get emotional watching that. Maybe it's because it brings me back to the time when I was a kid and I didn't have any problems and I was just like on the car with my dad and my mom, my family, whatever, and we're going to places doing stuff, fun stuff. But yeah, so lucky me, I have this way of going back in time. It's like a time machine, but not always good. There are also some songs I listen to that I go back to darker times, times where things were not so good, and sometimes I'm listening to a random playlist and one of these songs come up, and my mood is instantly killed. So I don't know. There's also the phenomenon where you go to a concert and everybody's singing the song and the energy is weird. Like you can feel that everybody is in sync singing the song. I don't know how to explain. Let's figure it out. Apparently, that is not mythical. That's not witchcraft. It's just neurosynchronization, which feels like witchcraft to me. There is this phenomenon where there is this de-individuation where you stop feeling like one and you start feeling like a group. So if the energy of the group is good, everybody feels good. If the energy of the group is bad, everybody feels bad. And I feel like that's what happens in cults as well. Like if you're trying to bring someone to a cult, if everybody seems happy, the person that they want to bring into the cult feels happy. So yeah, that can be used for evil stuff as well. But yeah, weird video, man. Subscribe. Bye.